Hi there, I'm Adam Peterson. I want to talk about the requirements document. When we put our project together, we talk a lot about knowing the project requirements, and we document those requirements, and we set the scope of the project and things like that. And I feel that often we might view that as just a requirement of getting our project approved. And we have to go there and fill out these forms, and there's some template that the company probably has that everybody has to fill out to go get a project number and get a budget and get people assigned and have a project, and then good, that's over with, we can put it away. And please don't do that. It seems that that is the norm sometimes because, again, we view it as a tool and a form, and we have to feed the beast of the organization. They require it, so we feed them. They ask us for it, and we give it to them. But I want to think about the power of that document, and really, I should say, the power behind that document. So typically, when a project starts, you'll get a scope. There'll be some need and a goal that comes to you. And you're the project leader. You've been ordained, here it is. And we want you to go do this, right? And so the first thing I want to encourage you to do is to investigate. Because whatever you were given, however complete it may look like, go investigate, right? This is talk to people, have a lot of conversations, and find out where this came from. So while they give it to you, you're going to go back and say, tell me more, right? You might say the need is urgent, and you need to start on that this week. We want to see progress right away. Yes, I can do that. I'll start meeting with people. I can pull an interim team together to help define the project. I'm not saying that's the team that's going to do the project, but I will put people together and have a meeting by the end of the week. You bet I will. But I'm pulling a team together to really understand what the scope is, not to dive in and start working, right? Because I don't want to skip this very important step. Because what I really want to know is out here, one step away normally is voice of customer. And if we're talking about a new product, then yeah, I want to actually talk to customers that are paying money to buy our product. And why aren't they buying the ones we have today? What do we need new product? I want to know more about that. I want to know about the voice of the customer. And this is filtered somehow when it comes through here. So in my investigation, I want to get as close as I can, if not going to see the customer. If I can personally go see, or again, have a meeting virtually with them, but discuss what their needs are, not my approach, not giving a report on here's my progress. Tell me more. Tell me more of what's going on, what's happening with that. And so we get into this loop then where we go, then, great, I think I have that well understood. So now I'm going to go to the team, but the team, I'm just going to give them sort of the highlight here. This is our mission statement. To solve this problem in a certain amount of time, or we got to fix this quality issue, we got to get cost out, whatever our mission, just the key point of that, not everything I learned. And I want them to take that mission and tell me, how are we going to do this? How are we going to do it? And we're going to estimate the cost and the timing of that. And we're going to come back and say, okay, we're going to know there's some cost, there's some timing that may not match what you were told and given at the start, right? So we need to come back now and say, is this okay, right? So we're bringing them back in to look at our plan. And if it's a yes, then great. We kick things off, we run, we get the right people on the team. Because again, maybe not everybody involved was here. I've had teams tell me, we've done this project before. We've all been at this table. You're the new leader. But if we don't have these two functions participating, we're going to get the same thing again. And so I was like, great, thank you. Right? So let's build the team a little differently and make sure that we involve them in the how and the cost and the timing. Now, the key thing here is when I recycle this, I'm normally recycling in this mode at somewhere along the way going, okay, I think we have a plan. We're going to go after this. If there's a chance to come back and do actual voice of customer check-in one more time now that we have a clear, like, what questions should I be asking? What are the variables that my team members, the experts, talked about? Let's go back and verify some of those things with the customer again. And again, not just talking to the salesperson, not just talking to the TS&D person, but actually having a meeting with the customer. And as a project leader, maybe you don't get to do that. It was kind of nice for me sometimes to show the customer, hey, I'm new, you don't know me, they brought me in to do this for you. I'm working on something that, the customer team is not doing. I'm doing this with other resources, and that shows value to the customer. So it's a good reason to go. And I can tell you, when I've had those meetings, things have changed. We have learned information that we did not have if I would have just said, great, we got agreement internally, let's run. And then months or years later, you find out, oh, we missed something because we didn't do this check. We didn't do this one check. And this is really the power. This is where you as a project leader actually have power, because as you go through this project, as you deliver the project, there's going to be scope changes. There's going to be challenges about people. Can they stay on the team? They're kind of busy. Do they have to be on here? Can we trade you out for this other, maybe less experienced person? And if I can go back to voice of customer, that for us to be successful, if you want this to be successful, we've agreed on this plan, and success is the customer buying this product, right? Or if it's a internal project, the customer is fixing this problem on the line, and I've talked to the operators, and I understand that you want us to rush out a solution, but that's not really going to help the operators. It might reduce cost, but it actually won't solve your problem long term. You're going to have the same problem or worse problems if we just do a part solution. And that power comes from knowing the details. And don't skip it. That's really the advice of this whole thing, is don't skip this. It's early on, it's a requirements document. You have to feed the beast. You gotta file the document. But that document of how we're going about it, our charter, whatever it's called, your first gate review presentation, make sure you have the true voice of customer and that it has been validated. Thank you very much. I appreciate your time and attention. There's a lot more we can talk about this, and I look forward to working with you and hearing about your projects and what you're doing for your customers. I'm Adam Peterson. Thank you for watching.